10 minutes. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I'm here with my friend Paul, the ball python. Yeah? Hello, Paul. You're my little gentleman. Yeah. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Welcome back to episode 8 of my vlog between a rock and a hard place. I had Tybalt here earlier, but he frigged off, so, you know, I thought I'd take Paul out. He hasn't been in the last few episodes, so he's still around. Trying to get him to eat right now, but he's not biting right now. I don't know. Sometimes they can be iffy, seasonal. Anyway, big episode here today. So I'm gonna try to streamline it here. Streamline pie. I'm gonna streamline this because got some questions and answers and a little bit of a trend that got started this week. Talk about that, but first I'll talk about the videos I released last week. I finally getting things rolling out. When I get them shot, I am able to get them edited pretty quickly now, so I just need to shoot the material. So I've been getting out old stuff. I got out my pickup video, Boxing Week pickup video, and I got out the finish to my Super Ghouls and Ghosts Let's Play. So you see me rock the last bosses of that game, and the second last boss is harder than the last boss. So go check that out, link below, and see the end of the game if you haven't already. Things I'm planning on doing, I'm going to be doing some stuff soon, going to be doing some Let's Plays. I haven't really decided. There's a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and it's just been hard finding the time to sit down and just record this stuff. There's just so much going on, especially like most of my free time is on the weekends, and that's when I see, you know, I make plans. You know, I have a wife, I'm married, so we make plans with our friends and stuff, and I can't always film everything that I want to, so that's where I'm at with that. But I got a lot of ideas, and you just gotta bear with me. So what I'm playing this week, I've been playing the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection, because Streets of Rage 2, Cartridge Club game that I mentioned before, I've been playing that like a madman. All the different characters, trying them out. My favorites are Axel and Blaze, their fighting styles, and they're just sort of like in the middle ground of balanced. Skate is I find him to be, his reach is too small, too short, and Max is just so lumbering and he's so slow. So I find Axel is my top pick, actually. I've been playing I've started Dead Space, played a couple hours of that, and I had a lot of fun with that. Great atmosphere, creepy atmosphere, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So getting some time in with that. I was just playing some Borderlands 2 today because I love Borderlands 2, and I haven't finished it yet, so I went back to play. I'm like a level 24, assassin dude guy, right? Assassin. That's what it is in that game. So yeah. Started a trend this week, and it started with a picture that I posted. I was having a Twitter conversation with my friend Paul, the Cartridge Canuck, and I had posted a picture of me. Matt Fox is lending me his Demon's Crest right now to play, and that is a tasty game. So I posted a picture of me licking it, and Curtis from GirlfriendVS, he tweeted back that he also has Demon's Crest, and he said, "It is tasty," and he's licking his too as well. And we started this sort of like hashtag TASTYGAMES. Go check it out. Seriously, so many people started taking pictures. It was unreal. First it started with me, Paul, and Curtis, Cartridge Canuck and GirlfriendVS, and then John Payne from the NARC Podcast, he posted a picture of having his whole Lil Samson cartridge in his mouth. Like, sorry, John, you got a big mouth, pal. And then the photos just started rolling in after that. Got Eric Grider. He's taking a nibble on Famicom Zelda. Little Enzi. Enzi's got Majora's Mask. He's taking a chomp out of Majora's Mask. Easy there, Enzi. Why don't you go take it easy on that Majora's Mask and leave the rest for someone else? And Yoshi Knuckles got a double bite. SNES. Double bite. And Frozen Foxer got himself a Genesis sandwich. Shane Riley chimed in with a bite out of his Super 4-in-1 cart for Super Nintendo. Then we have Mighty Q-Dog and Mrs. Q-Dog. He's chomping on Sega CD Snatcher, and she's got the Cartridge Club favorite of the month, Streets of Rage 2 for Genesis. PC Wizard felt left out, and the Dreamcast had to take a nibble out of a PS2 game. Hammerhead let us know that SNES games and Genesis games box go well with wine, a white wine. Nerd Rage Renegades takes a nibble on Sparkster for the Genesis, and I haven't played that one. I really want to try that. I played Rocket Knight Adventures not too long ago. Even Tybalt got in on it, taking a big old bite out of my Final Fantasy II. This might be one of the coolest ones, I think. It's definitely not the top one. I'll talk about that at the end. But this is a really good one. It's from Stumptown Retro, and he's taking a big old bite out of a Neo Geo cartridge, Magician Lord. And oh my lord, is that not a humongous cart? Those things are immense. Was that really necessary, guys? And then Brazzle the Gamer took a shot of, he had a big old snack on 4 different carts. He was a hungry fella. Steven Eider from CapMax Gaming, he started the meme trend of hashtag TASTYGAMES over the picture, stepping up the game, trying to spread the word. Good on you, Steven. I saw Matt Fox the other day, and he had to get on it, and he never eats without wearing his power glove. Player One chimed in. He must have felt left out. You know, he's pretty savvy when it comes to social networking stuff. Is it savvy or sassy? I don't know, one of those. But yeah, he chimed in, and he was taking a bite out of his PS1 Suikoden? I guess that's how you pronounce it. Lostest Gamer has cross-platforming snacking going on. And yeah, Real O'Neill had a Shantae popsicle stick. That was pretty cool, a little inventive off the popsicle stick. Round 2 Gaming, he had an Earthbound hoagie. Collector Cast, taking a big old bite out of the mega rare game that those guys love, Silent Service. Man, if you can get a cart of Silent Service for under $100, you're lucky. Did I mention the Nesromancer? My buddy, this Reach Australia, the Nesromancer took a big old bite out of his Ice Climber manual. I guess he needs some like fiber in his diet or something. I hope that works out for you, pal. I know how that can be. You don't want to eat too much cheese. You definitely need to get some fiber. I recommend, I don't know, in Australia, do you have mini wheats there? Get mini wheats. They are high in fiber. So yeah, do that. That's like 20 people. 20 people I have their names written down here that posted pictures just because I took a picture of licking a cart and Curtis, he responded, and then like Paul, we all got involved, and like here's a montage of all the other stuff we came up with, you know, off the top of my head. Paul said he was getting thirsty, so he had them with his beers. He was pickling some. There was none left in his cookie jar. You know, Curtis started double tonguing stuff, and I thought John NES Payne, his picture was suggestive, but no, this one takes the cake. And you know, I think the best one of all was definitely Curtis. you get number 1 because you're a fridge, buddy. I don't know how long it took him to set up this shot, but he's got his whole fridge full of games. And I don't know, there's a lot of box stuff there, so your fridge must be clean. No crud in that man's fridge, people. Keeps a clean fridge. So, definitely awesome. Everybody, hashtag TASTYGAMES. If you haven't gotten involved with it, you can still do it. Let's keep this thing going. And you know what? My timer's about to go off, but I'm just going to press stop on that. This is going to be an extended episode because I have questions and answers at the end. But yes, TASTYGAMES. Hashtag TASTYGAMES. You know, do you like to fry them up? Do you like to have them in a sandwich?
Tag your picture, hashtag TASTYGAMES.
Okay, what else do we got going on here? Okay, now we have some questions. I have 3 questions here, and I think that's good. That's good. Any more now? I'm at 12 minutes here in my video, and Paul's just chilling out, eh? I'm just hanging out with you guys. Didn't even talk about I'll do a pickup. I got Rogue Squadron 2 for the GameCube, completing my Rogue Squadron set here. As you can see, I got a little plush Darth Vader and little Angry Birds Stormtrooper thing there to set the Star Wars mood up there. So yeah, I got that, and the hilarious thing is Ramvox did a pickup video where he got that, and that I came across that after watching that. So it was weird, man. Okay, questions. Finally getting to the questions. We'll start out with Kevin from Buried on Mars. We'll just try to get him out of the way quick because that guy, we want to get him out of here as quick as possible because he'll just linger and hang around. You really want to get rid of this guy, I'm telling you.
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Okay, Kevin from Buried on Mars asks, you wish to temporarily mount a wire to serve as the antenna of your transmitter in your laboratory. It is necessary that this be straight and as long as possible. You recall that when you had the floor covered, it required exactly 200 square yards of carpet, and that the long side of the room was 20 yards. You also know that the height of the room is 12 feet. You go to the storeroom to get the wire, but find that it can only be supplied in lengths that are an integral multiple of 1 meter. So my question to you is, rank the Batman Arkham games from favorite to least favorite. Thanks. Well, Kevin, that's about a minute of my life that I'm never going to get back. Thanks a lot, pal. Anywho, to answer your question of the Batman Arkham games, best to, what is that, favorite to least favorite? My favorite is the most recent one, Arkham Origins. And I just love the battle system. I think it's in its top form in this game. And I actually have some combat leaderboard standings right now on that. On Xbox 360, I'm in the top 5 for some combat maps for that. So, yeah, Batman, Arkham Origins, I love it. Second one probably has to go to Arkham City, which was the first Batman Arkham game that I played. I played Arkham City first, and that game is pretty long, and I spent probably at least 3 months, probably even longer, just playing that and trying to get every achievement for that. I was big into getting achievements back in that was like one of the first games I got for my Xbox, and so I spent a lot of time on that one. So, but of course Arkham Origins, it upgraded a lot of stuff from that, so Arkham Origins is better than that, and it's bigger, but definitely Arkham City made me fall in love with the series, so that's my second one. And of course last is Arkham Asylum, which was the first and of course most bare bones, version of whatever system they have going on with it, fighting system and everything. But yeah, that's how it goes. Arkham Origins, Arkham City, and then Arkham Asylum. And I hope to get a next-gen console to play Arkham Knight. Love it. Okay. And we got Chris Roberts from the NARC Podcast. Hey, buddy. He asks, if you could be one of the Ghostbusters, which one would you be? And at first I thought of the question differently, and I changed my answer before I started shooting because I looked at the question again. The question is, if you could be one of the Ghostbusters, which one would you be? I was thinking if I was one of the Ghostbusters, which one would I be because of my personality? And I would be the smart-ass Venkman, I think. I've always been the class clown, so I'd be smart-ass Venkman. But this is, if you could be one of the Ghostbusters, which one would you be? And if I could be one of the Ghostbusters, I would be Winston, so I wasn't in court getting charged. No, just kidding. I would actually want to be, I want to be Egon, man. Egon's pretty smart, and he's got all that gear. I'm thinking, like, you could pretty much do anything if you were Egon. So, yeah. I think I'd be Egon if I could be one of them, for sure. You know, and he still gets the ladies. Like, he could have Janine if he wants. So, yeah. Egon. How about you? What Ghostbuster would you be? Chris? Chris Roberts from the NARC Podcast? Thanks for your question. If you haven't listened to the NARC Podcast, people out there, check them out. I don't know if you're into podcasts. I have gotten into them this year. There's a lot of good ones. And the NARC Podcast is definitely one of my favorites. Top favorites. What they do is, and actually, yeah, John Payne with his picture earlier, little Samson in his mouth. He is on that show as well with their buddy Rip at Mailbag. And he produces the show. And it is awesome, all about retro movies and games, and that's right up my alley. They have great trivia segments, and they do retro recommendations where each person and their guest gives a game recommendation and a movie recommendation. So, a lot of good stuff on there. Check them out. Okay, and the last question here, and I saved it to last because I'm just going to go with it. I have a general idea. Kyle from Game Time with Kyle. Hey, buddy. He asks, if you could write the plot of Ghostbusters 3, or the reboot thing they're doing, what would it be about? And I was kind of stressing about this, thinking about it all serious, and it's like, you know what? I have a good idea. I have a great idea. Okay. Okay, so Kiss is touring, right? And they have had some haunted concerts, and some concerts have gone wrong, and so they need help, so they hire the Ghostbusters, right? The Ghostbusters to help them get the ghosts. And where the ghosts came from is because Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, the original guitarist and drummer from Kiss, they were upset that Gene and Paul are touring with other dudes wearing their makeup, so they summoned some curse to curse Kiss, and yeah, so they hired the Ghostbusters to help them out. And so it's kind of like if you ever saw the Family Guy skit Kiss Saves Santa, it's sort of like Ghostbusters saves Kiss. So that would be pretty cool. And you know, Kiss had a movie before, and it was Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, and I have it on VHS. It's a collectible for Kiss fans, right? But it's terrible. It was like a made-for-TV movie, and it's terrible, and it's dubbed terrible. The audio on this copy, I don't know, it's just absolutely atrocious. You have to turn it up, and it's all hummy. But yeah, this would be a good version of that with Ghostbusters in it. So yeah, that's what that would be. It would be like Ghostbusters Saves Kiss from old members of Kiss, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss, who are disgruntled about it. And it would be sort of, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Detroit Rock City. This is an awesome movie from the, 99. It was from 1999, and they actually filmed it in my town. They filmed the concert scene at the end of the movie with Kiss in it. they filmed it at Cops Coliseum in my town. So that was pretty cool. I wasn't in it, but I know people who said my buddy was in that. So that's pretty cool. And this movie is about 4 teenage boys in like a band that idolize Kiss and are huge fans and will stop at nothing. It takes place in 1978, and they'll stop at nothing to get to a Kiss concert. And so the movie, like Ghostbusters 3, Ghostbusters Saves Kiss, would be in sort of the fun sort of nature of this, where it's like the Ghostbusters have to stop at nothing to make sure that Kiss can go on and play a good show and continue the tour and play forever and ever, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to make Kiss robots eventually. So yeah, watch out for that. If you sat through that whole plot, thank you very much. I don't know where I come up with this stuff. Anyways, that was questions and answers. People, get your questions and answers below. I gotta cut myself off here. This is going real long. So thank you to Kevin from Buried on Mars, even though you're a disease. Thank you for the question, buddy. Thank you, Chris Roberts from NARC Podcast. Always good to hear from you. And it was funny on Twitter the other day. I was doing like he posted a picture. He got some unlicensed games, and so I took some unlicensed games and was like, "Oh, you got this one?" Sent him a picture, and he's like, "Yep." And everyone I sent, he had it. So, wow, all them games, pal. I'll get there someday. And Kyle from Game Time with Kyle, thanks for stopping by, buddy, and giving me your Ghostbusters 3 question, which ended up being Ghostbusters Saves Kiss. So this has been Between a Rock and a Hard Place, super long episode, cutting it off now. This is my vlog. This has been Paul here with me, and keep on rocking them games. Oh, and don't forget to do hashtag TastyGames, taste your games, post it on Twitter. Rock and roll.